Welcome to Self Talk with Dr. Ray Self, the place where you can get real answers to tough questions. Jesus promised you abundant life, but poor choices and dark forces stand in your way. It is time to learn how to overcome the obstacles that keep you out of your promised land. Knowledge of God will pave the path for you to walk in His blessing.
Hello and welcome to Self Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Ray Self. And yeah, we can do self puns all day long, but we will not talk about self-storage or self-care or my many companies called self-service stations, I promise. Have you ever really wanted to fix someone? I mean, honestly, I think if you're honest about it, you can say, yeah, there's people I really wish I could fix, I want to talk about that. For real, seriously, this is a very important topic. Before we do that, I do want to share some special offers you may be interested in. If you are, great. And if you're not, that's fine too. I'm very blessed to be president of the International College of Ministry, which is an online Holy Spirit-filled seminary. It's my baby. We birthed this thing over 20 years ago. And it's been like a church without walls, and been able to equip and train people for the ministry and as Christian counselors and prophets for years. So if you're interested in that, please go to icmcollege.org, get yourself an accredited degree. Maybe you want to become a life coach. We have a certified life coach program, icmcollege.org/life coach. But something else that has really hit my spirit, a lot of people really want to learn. They're not interested in going to college and getting a degree, but there's courses they're interested in. I'm offering right now for $35 the following college courses. $35. You make this donation to our scholarship fund. We help pastors all over the world who cannot afford college. We give away a lot of free education. But I have a course called Covet to Prophesy. I have another course called the School of the Prophets, a course called the Office of the Prophet, counseling courses, Healing from the Dysfunctional Family, Counseling Relationships and Boundaries, Dealing with Controlling People, a life coaching course called Life Coaching for a Purpose, another course called Discovering Your True Self and Defeat the Spirit of Illegitimacy. All these courses are yours for $35. All you do is go to icmcollege.org, hit the donate button, bottom of the page, make a donation of $35 in the comments, put which course you want, and I will send you a link where you can download and have these courses, and they're yours forever, okay? Very interesting, spirit-filled courses. Take advantage of that, okay? God bless you. So I want to get back to the topic here. The topic is, I want to fix you. I really want to fix you. Why do I want to fix you? Why do you want to fix people? But we do. Let's get real. This is an important topic. Everyone has someone in their life they want to fix. And if you say you don't, I have a prophetic word for you. I got a straight download on this, a prophetic word. It's called Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire. Now, we all have people that we would like to fix, but what are our motivations when we want to fix someone? Well, here it is. Let me just get to the crux of this. I want to fix you because you're hurting me. I want to fix you because I don't like you and I want you to be different. Toward me, especially. I want to fix you because I actually know better than you. I think you're making a big mistake. I think I'm a little smarter and I could really help you and you really need to see my truth. I want to fix you, but really simply because I'm right and you're wrong. Those are typical motivations of someone I call the fixer. Why would we do that? Sometimes it's we want to fix people because we feel we're smarter, we're wiser, we know what's best for them. I can make your life better. Now see, some of this sounds very godly. It sounds like, I can make your life better. I know what is best for you. Doesn't that sound godly? Like, what an angel I am by trying to fix you and put this change upon you. I mean, I'm wiser. I can give you my wisdom. I can share my intelligence with you. There's so many things I can do for you. I can really stop you from make you a better person. The advantages of me fixing you are so So many, why would you not allow me to fix you? Listeners, pay attention. Drum roll, please. The moment you try to fix another adult, you're actually rejecting them. I'll say that again. The moment you try to fix another adult, you're actually rejecting them. Well, I mean, why is that? It's because of the message of the fixer. It's because of the under the surface motivations. It's because I'm prideful. I'm all knowing. It's because I can avoid my issues by focusing on your issues. It's because I desire to be God. But you see, what the fixer does is the fixer creates resentment. The fixer, here's the big one. The fixer gives a false message that you are broken and I am not. You're broken, I am not. I'm above, you're beneath. I'm smarter, you're dumber. I'm wiser, you're more foolish. And you see what we do when we try to fix another person, regardless of our motivation, we're actually rejecting this person. And it is completely unscriptural and unbiblical. I'll explain that as we go deeper. Hang with me. The fixer can result to manipulation and control. Why would we do that? Well, I'm not a manipulator. I don't want to control people. But if we really think we know what's best, and we see a person making a mistake, or we see a person acting a way that we don't think they should act, or a person is doing things that really bother us, we want to fix them so bad, which is another word for change them so bad, that we can absolutely pull out some very serious weapons, the weapon of manipulation or the weapon of control. You see, this is bad news. When I resort to manipulation and control, or anyone resorts to those two, in a way, evil words, it's a primary symptom of witchcraft. Primary symptom of witchcraft. You see, what witchcraft does is try to control people against their will. And that's what causes the confusion and the resentment and all kinds of problems. You see, fixing really is a huge problem. Manipulation and control against another person's will, because I want to fix them, because I know better than you, because I'm wiser, because I see you making a mistake. I don't like the way you're acting, whatever my motivation is. If I resort to manipulation and control against another person's will, it's an open door to the demonic realm. Because see, manipulation and control are demonic weapons. And I start speaking with manipulation and control, it is words and it is an invitation to demonic assistance, so to speak. The demon's not going to assist or magnify godly motives, but the demon will magnify and assist in ungodly motives. Hear me now. So, what can you do for another person with obvious problems? I mean, I need to fix you because I see you making mistakes that are hurting you and hurting me. It's hurting our relationship. It's hurting our family. It's hurting the church. I mean, I see this so clearly. So what am I to do if I can't? I'm not supposed to fix another person. What do I do? What's the Christian thing to do? Well, here it is. Serve them. That's a different approach than fixing. Jesus didn't try to fix us. He modeled. He taught. Okay? He showed by example. He was a model. Yes, he taught and he gave us some hard lessons. Okay? But he loved with so much love, was willing to serve us so much that he gave his life for us. Jesus said in Scripture, he said, I did not come here to be served, but to serve and offer my life as a ransom for many. So what can I do to help another person who has problems? I want to fix them because they got problems and they're hurting me, or they're hurting themselves. There's things going on there. Something's got to change with this person. And hopefully your motivation is love. And if you love them, you will serve them. And you will, here's the thing else, here's the other point. So what can you do to help the person with obvious problems? Serve them, love them unconditionally, pray for them, and counsel them only if you are invited. Only if you are invited. In other words, let's say I have a friend named Jim and I see him doing something that I think is very unhealthy. I might say something like that: Jim, I'm concerned about you. I've noticed some things about you that concern me. Would you mind if I share some thoughts or some ideas with you? And then now I have permission, okay? And then what I do when I share these ideas, I avoid the you word. You. I don't say, Jim, you. I say, Jim, if I were in your situation, this is what I would do. This is what I recommend. This is the path that I would take. That's not an offense at all. Okay, that really disarms people. But if I was to say to Jim, Jim, this is what you need to do. Jim, this is what you should do. Jim, this is what you ought to do. Immediately, Jim is going to go on the defensive. He's going to feel like I'm trying to control him, and he's not going to hear me. Okay? But if I approach Jim, first off, I'm concerned. I care about you. Is it okay if I share? This is what I recommend. Okay? That way the door's open. You can hear them. They can hear you. Okay? So you pray for them. You counsel them if you're invited. You don't enable them. Now, if the person has obvious problems and these problems are affecting you, you may have to withdraw. You don't have to sit there and take it. That's enabling. Okay? Enabling means not taking away personal responsibility. It also means not taking away natural consequence. So if a person is acting ugly, if a person is acting unreasonable, if a person is doing things that are hurting other people, their natural consequence may be they're going to lose contact with other people. People are going to withdraw from them. You may have to withdraw from them, okay? You may have to set boundaries with them. So you don't enable them. You can, again, tell them stories about yourself and have healthy boundaries. In other words, trying to change another person is going to cause more problems, okay? And you've got to ask yourself, why do I want to change or fix this other person? Honestly, the most common thing in my past has been, I don't like the way they're acting toward me. I don't like the way they're making me feel. Now, there's some other things I can do with people like this. Number one, I can realize that is their thoughts, it's their words, it's their actions. I'm not accountable or responsible for their actions. God holds them accountable for their words and for their actions. I may not like what they're saying, but it really has nothing to do with me. And in a simpler term, I let them own their own garbage. I do not receive what they're dishing out. That is their stuff. It's not my stuff. It is their words, not my words. It is their thoughts, not my thoughts. It's their actions, not my actions. Okay? And I let them own it. And I set a clear boundary. That is your stuff. There's an old saying that we used to use in counseling when somebody says something that's offensive to you. It would be, the response is, I'm so sorry you feel that way. And again, if you think about those words, I'm sorry you feel that way, what that does is that puts the ownership on them. It's what you're saying is you're trying to pass me a ball and I'm not going to catch it or receive it. This is your stuff and you can keep it. But you say it in a very polite way. I am so sorry you feel that way. I'm so sorry you think that way. Okay? That means instead of, oh my God, I can't believe you said that to me. Oh my God, I can't believe you think that about me. Oh, why did you do that? I'm so sorry you think that way. I'm so sorry you believe that. Okay? So here's the bottom line. I really want to fix you because I don't like you. I really want to fix you because I don't like what you're doing to me. I really want to fix you because I want you to change. Well, that's not good motivations. I really want to, as a follower of Christ, I want to serve you. I want to love you. I want to assist you. I want to pray for you. I want to give you advice only if you want it. That's the godly response. I want to be an example for you. Do you get it? That's a big difference between fixing people. And if you say, oh, I don't want to fix people. Yeah, come on. We all want to fix people. We all want to enforce a change upon somebody to get them not to act the way they were acting toward us, because, it hurts us. I cannot tell you how many times in my life I have really wanted people to change. I've wanted to fix people who hurt me or people that I didn't like. In my mind, the hardest thing for me was this. I had a hard time accepting that my friend was like that. I've had a hard time. I have some family members that I've had a hard time accepting their behavior. And I don't want to believe what I have experienced from them. So I want to change them and I want to fix them. And then all I'm doing is opening up a door to all kinds of other problems. Again, our motivation should be love. We want to serve other people, advise other people only if we're asked to do so. But in the long run, if a person is causing you all kinds of headaches and they are emotionally abusing you or verbally abusing you or mistreating you in any shape, form, or fashion, you have a perfect godly right to set a healthy boundary, limit your exposure, cut off your exposure, allow that other person to suffer their natural consequence. That is your God-given right to protect you. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Do you get it? I hope you get it. And I hope this has been a help to you. There's so many things we can do and through this podcast. My heart through this podcast is just to give you little tips each week. Sometimes it's spiritual, all about prophecy and spiritual warfare and all these kind of things. But my heart is to see people be free from things that hurt them. My heart is to see you be free from things that have caused you pain, things that hinder your walk. Everybody needs to be walking unencumbered in their God-given purpose. And there are thousands of attacks upon us, even through well-meaning people, that hinder that purpose. And therefore, the kingdom of God suffers, and we all suffer. Technically, according to the Apostle Paul, if you suffer, I suffer. So the purpose of these podcasts is to help you be free and live that peaceful, fulfilled life, being able to do all that God has created you to do. Okay? I hope this has been a blessing to you. I'm Dr. Ray Self. Please check out again if you would like to take a course from International College of Ministry. Audit the course for $35. All you do is go to icmcollege.org, icmcollege.org. There's a donate button at the bottom. When you go to the donate page, just make a donation to our scholarship fund. We use these scholarships to help Christians all over the world who cannot afford a college education. My heart is to give scholarships to people who need the scholarship because they can't afford it, not people who are, A-plus students and that have earned it because they made a 32 on the ACT test. My heart is to give scholarships to people who cannot afford college. That's always been my heart. But anyway, for a donation of $35, it'll help us continue this podcast. Also, it can give you some light. Covet to Prophesy is a great course. The Dysfunctional Family is a great course. There's some really, really, really cool stuff here. Relationships and boundaries, dealing with controlling people. I got a YouTube video up on that. I've got about 250,000 views on that thing. Life coaching, maybe you want to be a life coach. Check it out, icmcollege.org. Check out my book, my latest book, Hear His Voice, Be His Voice. If you want to know how to hear the voice of God and operate prophetically, Hear His Voice, Be His Voice on Amazon.com. Ooh, I feel like an infomercial. If you order in the next 10 minutes, we will give you not one, but two. Just kidding. I can't help it sometimes. Love you so much. Thank you so much for listening. This is Dr. Ray Self.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please subscribe, rate, and review our show on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Charisma Podcast Network, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Your review helps our show reach more people and spread the gospel. You can purchase Dr. Self's latest book, Hear His Voice, Be His Voice, on Amazon.com. Please visit Dr. Self's webpage at icmcollege.org for more information and free downloads.